Okay, so the stream died and we're back, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and copy this link and share it to everybody because this is just stupid. I have no idea why the stream dies, but it is YouTube. All right, there we go. So obviously another stream just died, literally just died on us. So let's see what happens. I've invited everybody to come and join this stream again. Well, it's sad. I see KR, he figured it out. He realized that we're going to be back. So awesome. Thank you very much for coming back to the show. But yeah, I mean, you probably got the first part, right? What we were talking about. See Belgian here. Awesome. Now, we know the first, in the first part, we talked about how this market. So I'm just going to reiterate this just in case the new guys who are going to see this stream, just in case they have some issues. So let's just go through this. So we looked at fear and greed, and we looked at how the fear and the greed is now going up a little bit, looking bullish. Awesome. We looked at how the entire market is reacting, and we looked at how, for example, coins like Luna are pretty much holding, Curve and so forth are doing quite well. We looked at this particular data here, how BTC is leaving, price is dropping and BTC is leaving absolutely fine. We looked at the open futures where it is still high and the leverage ratio is still very high. Yes, Mr. C, bloody YouTube, absolutely, my brother. Sadly, it's just hilarious. I have no idea why they disconnect it, and then obviously when I run the second time it's fine. So no idea. That all I can do is apologize on behalf of YouTube for being such a nuisance. And we talked about this cryptocurrency market, and we said how we've got 15,745 different coins, and also how people are being quite ignorant about how we are below, how we're kind of down, so we're still bearish, like 6%, 7%, and so forth. And in fact, some coins are even down in the 90 days. If you look at this is the 90-day difference. So we have some significant losses that a lot of people are just not being visual about. That's what we're saying. So we also looked at the leverage ratio, the liquidations, and we looked at 40,000 people got liquidated, and obviously most people that got liquidated over the past 4 hours are actually longs. So I'm just trying to reiterate exactly what we talked about, and we talked about how the grayscale BTC premium has dropped from 20 to 16. Again, it's not super bullish, but yes, they're starting to show some signs again. Remember, when it goes into the greens, right, because when it's in the red, that's when the discounts there. A lot of people do jump on and want to buy these discounts, right? The bigger the discount, the better it is. And only time you're going to get the discount is when this market is going to be bloody, when nobody's interested, right? Because that's when people don't want these shares and everything. So that's what happens. So I see KL's back here, obviously Belgian's obviously here, Mr. C's here. KL says YouTube needs a good filling in. Yes, my brother, sadly there's nothing we could do. Sadly there's absolutely nothing we could do, but you know what, we just carry on. We just move on. It doesn't matter what YouTube does. Let's just carry on with what we got and continue, right? Let's hope this stream doesn't die out on us, right? And anyway, welcome back to you guys, and a big apologies for obviously not being here yesterday, because it's been, yesterday it's been a long day. Trust me, I've been busy doing all sorts of crazy stuff, with the family and everything as well. Plus, I've had some issues regarding my business as well. So I'm having some personal financial problems, put it this way. So I don't want to go too deep into this, but just going to leave that there. There has been some issues basically. Now let's look at the market for what it is. So we're looking at the total market cap, and of course we've come to test this trend line, which is super solid. Like, when you look at this testing, yes, it's bullish, but is it enough to give us that confirmation to say yes, we're going to move up? Actually it's not, because if you look carefully, you can see that this was the neckline, and yes, we tested the neckline, we got rejected on the neckline, but again, it doesn't make much of a difference, right? Looking at this neckline, it doesn't make much of a difference, because for us to invalidate this trend, we have to get back above this particular zone, this 2.65 trillion. And all I've been watching and observing past few days is how we've been, trying to get back up again, but we've been kind of going down. The trend is still down, it hasn't reversed yet. Once we break out of this, maybe we can be hopeful that the market's going to go up a little bit. So we're going to keep a quick close eye on this. Obviously, I mentioned a few other bits and bobs as well regarding how we saw the, what do you call this, the death cross showing the other day as well. So again, guys, sorry, my mind got muddled up as soon as the stream died out. So I'm just trying to remember what I said earlier on. And you guys know I freestyle, so I actually didn't look at the charts until I started streaming, and unfortunately it cut off. So what can we do? So BTC, let's jump into BTC straight away. I don't want to really waste too much time on any of this stuff, right? So let's talk about BTC. BTC, obviously the trend is actually a lot greater than a lot of people understand. So if you look at BTC, this is actually the BTC trend line, which is really far. And you can see we're in this sideways consolidation zone right now. You know, and remember, a sideways consolidation zone, anything could happen, right? Once you're inside this particular zone, anything, literally anything could happen within this particular zone. And we're looking at a higher time frame daily as well. I mean, of course, if we start changing this to a 4 hourly or something, you can see more data showing here. Yes, we've been looking like as if we're going back up, but actually we're not. We're still in this downtrend. In fact, if you look carefully over these 4 hour, this is still a downtrend. This has not broken that trend. So please understand what all of this means, right? And of course, when you're looking at the daily, it does look positive. All the signs are showing positive, especially the stochastic RSI. And yes, we can see this reflected in all the trades and everything as well. That's happening right now with all the, you know, leverage trading and everything. Yes, that's just trading data, but it doesn't make much of a difference for us, because the thing is, if you look at the RSI, yes, we're still bouncing around. We're still struggling with the RSI to get back above. Now, if anybody asks me, is this the perfect time to buy? Yes, this is when you buy the dip. Literally, this is exactly when you buy the dip. By the way, guys, if you're new to the channel, smash those like button, hit that subscribe, press that bell button, and press all. You'll be notified of all of this stuff. Also, join our Discord community. The links are below in the description. In fact, there's so many links in the description. Just select whatever you want. I'm not here to show any links to you guys. I don't care about the link, referral links, and this and that. None of that business. Sorry, that's not. You never get this from this channel. But yeah, please do consider subscribing. Please do consider joining the community and smash those like. That's it. That's all I ask for. So yeah, this market, as you can see, yes, everything looks awesome. We did break above, but look, the trend is showing something else. And of course, when you start looking at the higher time frames, then you can see that yes, you know, we're not bullish yet. So these are daily micro time frame, mini time frames, right? But we're actually still low. If you look at this weekly, you can see this is a lower low. This is not good data at all. This is like what it's showing us is like, okay, guys, don't get too excited. Yes, it looks great. Everything looks fantastic. If you're within this time frame and you're trading this zone, then of course you're great. But if you're not trading this zone, also let me check the chat, guys. If you're not trading this particular 24-hour zone, don't get too excited. That's what I'm going to say. Don't get too excited, because a lot could happen within this time. I see Skin and Bones here. Also, my brother, nice to see you as well. So, you know, pretty crazy when we're looking at this, obviously. And this, to me, if I don't know, I mean, what I'm looking at, if this thing comes and confirms here, this is going to create this, you know, that we were talking about the larger head and shoulders pattern, right? We were talking about this bigger head and shoulders pattern forming here. This will literally form that big head and shoulders, and that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to see this big head and shoulders forming, number one. And obviously, when we mentioned the fear and greed, sorry, not fear and greed, my bad. We're talking about the 50-day moving average. Give me a second. We were talking about 50-day and 200-day moving average, the death cross. You can see that we're getting closer and closer and closer. This is not changed because the trend is still down. This 50-day is still up here, so we are getting closer and closer to come to this. And the warning's still, you know, still there, right? Because if you look carefully, we're 16 December today, and this is saying approximately 16 January. So, and it hasn't reversed anything. And remember, one funny fact about this, guys, when we identify these patterns at specific time intervals, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen. Trust me, there's like a right now there's a 50-50 chance it's going to happen or not. But what it does is we get the warning early enough for us to prepare for what to do next. You know, how to, you know, navigate this, right, when this does happen. Of course, this may never happen. Remember, it's a 50-50 chance. You know, we might get all of this data all of a sudden change, and then this 50-day will react to it as well many days later. because it's an average. Remember, it only gives you the average based on the past 50 days. So it doesn't flip in a day. It takes days and days. I see Yasmin here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Nice to see you. Keep bouncing exactly on that 200-day. Exactly, and that's the problem. That 200-day bounce. Remember one thing I say on this channel, the more you go and touch on any one direction, whether it's the 200-day, whether it's the 50-day, top of the range or the bottom of the range, whatever direction you're constantly knocking and you're tapping, you're bound to break it down. That's what it is. At some stage you're bound to break it, and that's what I'm afraid of, and this is why I'm giving you warnings, right? Because remember, by the time you think, okay, it's all bearish, and I mentioned this on my previous video as well, many videos, right? I said, but guys, by the time you have a confirmation that we're in a bear market, we're already going to be below this area. And this is why you need to really understand what you're doing. So remember the other day I mentioned to you guys that I've sold some of my liquid Ethereum, sold some of my liquid BTC. Well, guess what? I bought some dips here and there. I made a little bit of chain, 10%, 20% here, 15% here. Even though I didn't look at a single chart. I'm not even joking. I did not look at a single chart. I just saw the discounts. I said, buy, buy, sell. When I made 10%, I'm out. When I made 5%, I'm out. And that's what I've been doing. Just literally been increasing my USDT, if that makes any sense, right? So that's what I've been doing. I've just been increasing my USDT because I need my USDT portfolio to be larger so I can pick up those dips that's coming right now. Now, the dips may never come, right? So this is why I still do have some, I've got some on my portfolio. I do still hold quite a bit on the liquid portfolio. Obviously, my hodling portfolio is a different one. I don't cash out until 2030, so that's a different story. But the point is, right now, when I'm looking at this, and when I'm seeing how this thing is constantly banging on this particular line, right? This particular line here, you can see this, how this has been banging itself here. At some point, it's going to break down. When it does, it's going to be like a big collapse. So I just want you guys to stay observant and don't fall for the FOMO and don't fall for the hype, okay? Don't, because listen, it's all great. Yes, we went all the way up, right? And I know a lot of people got excited, a lot of people. And of course, I congratulate people as well, guys. If you made money, happy days, right? But this is the opportunity for you to start skimming and practicing, that yes, when it goes down, you can still make money, right? On these flips, right? Remember, it's BTC, it's crypto. We can do, in crypto, you can, on a single day, on some coins, you can do 10-15% easy. You can flip them. It's funny, as soon as it's going up and one candle, so many YouTubers like here come the bull run, but it's like there is no evidence. You such a realist, and the reason I love your channel. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, honestly. No, but it's the truth, though. You get me? It's like, look, the YouTubers need content, right? Let's get one thing straight here. Yes, I'm on YouTube, and yes, I may be classified as a YouTuber, but I'm actually here for the community. I'm not here. I don't earn money from YouTube. Whatever little change my channel makes goes back to the marketing guy. And I don't even think he markets anything. I don't think he does anything, but I said to him, keep the money, bro. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Because I haven't seen him do anything recently. Still don't care. But the point is I'm not here for the money. Does that make sense? I've got my own portfolio. That's where I'm making my money. I'm here for the community, the friends that I've made recently through the channels, the friends that I already have, the family members and everything that I have. That's what I'm here for. And everyone's welcome to join my family. That's about it. And of course, if the channel grows, that's a different story. And I'm going to put it to good use, right? But I'm not here for this. But the thing is with YouTubers, every day they got to come out with something new just to keep the hype going, and that's not what I'm trying to do here. Like, guys, yeah, there's a time to hype. Remember when we had this dip here? Look, when we had this dip here, I was super bullish. I was bearish here. We dumped here. I told everyone that, guys, 30k, we need this buy. This is it. We're gonna go up. Most people probably didn't believe me, but I said, look, we're gonna go up, and that's because I saw that this was nothing but just a normal correction, because we had a 55%. That's why I was so confident. 55, yes, this was the best time. That's it. How far could it go? 60, no problem. 65, no problem. Because guess what happens after that? You start moving back up. But this one has been taking it in stages. That's what worries me. We haven't had that 50% correction. I always say to people, I say, guys, one thing you have to understand, like, in crypto, 50% corrections are normal, absolutely normal. 50% corrections are definitely normal for us, right? We do this, in a single candle sometimes. Not an issue. This is crypto, not an issue. We can easily do that. But this particular time, right, if you look carefully from where we were to where we are now, right, it's only 32%. 32% usually lasts maybe, a few days, and then we could recover very fast. But this thing looks like a dead cat bounce or anything like this. It just doesn't look positive. Everything here is just shouting and screaming that something's not right here. Especially knocking on that 200-day. It just doesn't look right here. We need to get back above this line ASAP. In fact, get to this level, 59k ASAP. If we're going to be bullish, we need to get back above that. And you know what? I don't care about 70k, 100k. If we can go back to 60k and stabilize ourselves there, bull market's still on. That's it. We're bullish. We're going to move forward. But if we don't see that, I don't think it's happening. I think this is playing out similar to how 2017 played out, how 2013 played out, the previous bull runs played out. And we can see this data here if we actually go back. All right, so where are we here? This is 2019. Actually, even in 2019, kind of similar. Everyone's like, oh, hopeful. Oh, yes, it's going to go back. It looked like it was going to go back. It didn't. And then it looked like it was going to go back. Guess what? It didn't. It just kept on doing this. And it played this over a very long time until it went to 2020. Right? 2017, same story. 2017, same story. Oh, it's going to come back. It didn't come back. Oh, it dropped even further. No, it's going to come back. And it came back. No, we're going to go back up again. It didn't, guys. This is the realistic scenario. You have to understand that it doesn't come back. But if you know what you're doing and if you're prepared for it, nothing can harm you. This market would not harm you. You'll embrace it. You'll say, do you know what? Bring on a 50% correction because it's normal and I know exactly how to navigate this and I know exactly what to do. Because the warnings are there. All the warnings are there. I mean, the biggest warning we had here was, where is it? Let me see if I can find it, guys. Let me get rid of this. All right, the biggest warning we had here was this. The biggest warning we had here was this, guys. If you look carefully at this particular candle. So I'm just focusing on these candles here. Right, just this candle here and this candle here. If you look carefully, look, the biggest warning we had was when we did that 57, for example, sorry, 67k. But the next volume candle was a bear candle. That confirmation was a bearish confirmation. Of course, then somehow the bulls managed to still keep it, but we were in this consolidation zone for some time, and then they flipped up just about 69. We just managed to cross over again. Guys, look, we created a new all-time high. Yes, bull market's in full force. We're going to have 100k. And guess what? We didn't. And I said, guys, wait for the next confirmation. And what happened? Bear. We ended up having the confirmation, which was negative. It wasn't a positive candle. The bulls didn't have enough steam. But they couldn't have enough steam, right? Even today, they can't have enough steam. Why? The volume is pathetic. It is absolutely disgusting. That's only 3% of this whole market cap. 3%. And remember, this 3% contains buy and sell orders. It just wasn't right, guys. It was just not right at all. So this is one of the reasons why I was so confused, and I was concerned as well. I said, guys, this just does not look right. So this is what's worrying me. Of course, when I start seeing maybe 100 mil here, or sorry, 100 billion here, maybe a little bit more, I'll be confident. Because remember, back in 2020, when we started pushing the market up, we were doing 100 billion on average. Yes, it dropped a little bit to 80, 90 when the other altcoins started pumping, but on average, we were still doing $100 billion on this volume. And since we've hit these bigger numbers. We just not have seen any of those volume come back in again. We have not seen those volume come back in again. That's concerning, very concerning. And if you are not concerned, then you've got a problem. You should be concerned. You should be absolutely concerned, because not only did we break the trend, we broke the trend, we created a fresh trend here, and this is still a downward trend. You can see this here, right? You know, I mean, I can even change it even more. Let me make it better for you. So if we do this, for example, you can see, even if I, you know, just try and touch a few points. So we've got 3 points here. Look, this is a bearish trend pointing downward, not upward. This is pointing down. So yes, sounds bearish. I bet a lot of people don't want to hear this. They want to just hear the bullish part. And I am bullish. I'll tell you what I'm bullish about. I'm going to buy every single one of these freaking dips. I'm going to now go and flip my trades, and I'm going to put some massive amount here, and I'm going to put the rest of it here. So instead of doing like 4 buys, I'm going to do like 2 or 3 buys. 2 or 3 buys. And I'm going to now split my portion. I'm going to go big. I'm going to go big because it's all about the sats, and I want my satoshis. I want my satoshis. Let me just check the chat, guys. I need to refresh. Guys, if you're new to the channel, smash those like button, hit that subscribe, join the Discord community. It's not the best community in the sense that it's not as active, but you know what, it's a small community and it's growing. That's what matters. It's a small family and it is growing, and we're going to get there one day, you know. But as I said, look, on this channel you're not going to get, I mean, I've said this many times, sorry, I haven't said it today, but on this channel we're not here to shill projects or, you know, or not any of that crazy stuff here. We're here to just show you the facts on the chart, right? Nothing more. The facts on the chart. If it shows you the data, yeah, you know, let's go by what we can see. We don't want to go by anything that, you know, doesn't look right. Does that make sense, right? We're here just to basically see what's going on in the market, be realistic about it, and say, right, okay, is this a possibility or is this not? You know, for example, when we start looking at these weekly RSI, stochastic RSI, it's concerning. It's very concerning. And also another thing a lot of people do not talk about, I haven't talked about it as well, and I'm not going to say other people, I'm going to blame myself as well, is this is a double top pattern which usually breaks down anyway, and these are powerful moves. So yes, some stuff look bullish, but other stuff look very bearish. And you know, as I said, you just want to be ready for what's going to come. I mean, this was that big drop. Can you see? I mean, look at this. This is a big drop, a bloody big drop, 50% in a single candle. That's like ridiculous. But of course it happened over 2 weeks. What happened to EGLD? We can check with EGLD, no problem, my brother. In fact, we're going to check other coins now anyway, so not to worry. I know I've been talking about BTC for so long, for the last few videos, and I believe a lot of you guys are absolutely bored of listening to me about BTC. But there's a big reason, guys, nothing else. Anyway, we're going to move over to other charts now and have a look at all of those. So I'm going to leave the drawings on, and we're just going to go through, because these drawings, remember, a lot of these drawings have already been done. We've had them here for so long, so there's no point us changing them. Now let's move over to Ethereum and go through them one by one. So Ethereum kind of following the same thing as BTC. In fact, Ethereum is a lot more bearish than actually BTC is, because BTC is at least coming closer to the trend. I mean, this one's now disconnected from its trend. If you look carefully, it's very far from its trend, very far. And yeah, I mean, the necklines here, BTC's actually tested the neckline. This hasn't even managed to test it properly. It got rejected before even going there. So nothing bullish here, to be honest. BNB, yes, I've made some nice little change on BNB. So yes, again, nothing bullish here as well. Look, nothing bullish here as well. DOT changed their brand and whatnot, and they're still within this channel, which is freaky, right? When you start looking at this is freaky. They're literally hanging on to this channel, the bottoms, the tops, the bottoms, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, Solana, what's the point talking about it? It is down, guys. This is the reality of Solana, that from its previous all-time high, Solana went down 43%. That's a fact. You can't change that. It's on the chart. I'm not making this up. Right, that's what Solana is. Cardano's down a lot from its all-time high. If you look carefully, Cardano went down 61%. So Cardano got affected a lot. But it's just what it is, right? You've got to accept what the market's going to do. Are we in a bull market or are we in a bear market? This is the question. Maybe we're still in a bull market. Fine. And I say, do you know what? We are in a bull market. Because remember, I say over the past 10 years, yes, we've been in a bull market the whole time. What bear market? But when we're looking at cycles, are we still in one? Maybe we're still in a bull market, but maybe we're about to come out. So rather than focusing too much on we're still in a bull market or we've entered a bear market, why can't we just say, do you know what, let's agree to disagree on both of them and say, well, maybe we are in a bull market but entering a bear market. That doesn't make, we're not saying we're not in a bull market, and we're not either saying we're in a bear market. We're just saying maybe we're just changing the trend to enter into a bear market. So what are you going to do? That's the question, right? So he says, what happened to EGLD? Well, nothing. EGLD seems to go to that trend line, that previous trend line we had. Remember this trend line? It broke below, came back, tested it, and got rejected. Profit taking, profit taking. That's what EGLD is doing. Yeah, just profit taking, nothing else. People cashing out some of their bonuses, taking some money out. I don't see why. Because again, if the EGLD community is not feeling comfortable, right, then this is like an opportunity for them to recover some funds. Because again, look how far EGLD has suffered, how far EGLD originally went down. 58%. EGLD bled 58%. Again, people are not looking at these data because they're looking at it at a short time frame. They're looking at it at these micro time zones and like, okay, no, it's good, we're bullish again. No, we're not bullish. This pump, this big pump here, I'll show you this, right? This big pump here, 17%, and total in the past 2 days here, this 37% is nothing. We're still down. So please, understand some of the things. I mean, some of the stuff, for example, like KCS, right? Now, KCS has actually held strong during this whole time. It went up, yes, it went up all the way up to this level here, actually, this level here, and it went as low as this, which is 37% compared to most of them, but it's bounced fairly well and it's holding fairly well as well. So KCS is doing okay in my opinion. Gala also holding strong, but if you look carefully, this is inside a consolidation zone. Look, it's inside a consolidation. Of course, my box may be incorrect now. I may have to adjust it up to here, but the point is it's still within this consolidation zone that we formed a few days ago, right? So we've been bouncing up and down around here. BitDAO has been doing okay. Every time they do some sort of a launch, they do get a nice little pump. So we do have another launch coming very soon called Izuma or Finance or whatever, Izzy, the ticker, which is launching in a few days. And yeah, we'll see a nice little pump because a lot of people need to buy these bit, and I'm going to buy some more bit as well just to participate in the event. Once the event is over, I'm going to sell and I'm going to come back to my USDT properly. So this is what's going on. Again, look guys, I can go on and on and on and on, but the big picture is no, we haven't come out of these trends. I mean, this one looks like as if it did. Let's have a look. Let's get some confirmation and see if it did come out of the trend. Yes, it did. So this one just broke out of the trend, which is absolutely fine. So just looking at confirmation here, definitely broke out of his trend line, which is awesome. This one hasn't. There's no point even looking at this. And again, majority of the market haven't done anything. So if you look at this from Anchor, everything is bloody apart from a few of them, but those are daily pumps. So for example, RSR is just a daily pump, nothing else. Look where RSR is. It's just a daily pump, nothing else. Yes, it broke out a few days ago, but that's just a daily pump. Again, if you didn't buy it here and you bought it somewhere around here, well, you're still down. So let's talk about the reality about where we are, right? See, Big Dog here. Awesome, my brother. Nice to see you. So that's what's going on. I mean, even, oh my God, even Yearn Finance. Look at this. Yearn Finance looks like it's been pumping a little bit, right? It's been pumping a little bit. It had a nice little 15% pump today, but look how far we are from its previous all-time high. I mean, this is going to get crazy. Watch this number. Just look at this number, 76% away from his previous all-time high. So yeah, guys, just that's all I'm going to say. Just be cautious. Be cautious. That's what I'm saying. So I'm being very cautious right now. I'm not looking at these numbers. All I'm thinking is more and more coins are coming, more and more money is being dispersed. Good news and bad news. Good news is that yes, that means that the dominance is being taken by other coins, which is a good thing. That's a good news, by the way. We want the dominance to move away from BTC and Ethereum because those two are the biggest in this present moment, right? Once the dominance moves away from them, then we could actually see this market probably do something different. You know, all the metrics will be definitely different. Some of the technicals that we do will also be different as well during that time. But that's what it is. These altcoins pumping and dumping, right? You know, going up 1 minute, coming down another minute. This is indication that this market has no idea what it wants to do, right? A lot of people are trying to clean up their whatever they got, like how would you call this? You know, all the money that they've lost. They're just trying to recover some of that. A lot of the whales are trying to recover that. I mean, look at this. This is dreams, right? Today it shows up as a pump, as an 18% pump. But the reality is not an 18% pump. The reality is it is down. It went down 95%. That's the reality. You know, reality is currently it's only sitting at 92% loss. So it's only recovered 3% from its, you know, previous all-time high when it went down 95%. It's only recovered 3%. That's the reality, not 17%. So you've got to sometimes look the other way to see the bigger picture. I see Albin here. Do you think EGLD looks like a good buy in 30 minutes time frame for a short term? Good buy 30 minutes short term? What do you want to do? You want to do a quick flip on it? Let's have a look. Let's find EGLD. I personally wouldn't obviously suggest anything, but of course, if that's something you guys want to see, I can just talk about it. But remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't expect any financial advice from me. However, I can actually have a look at this. I don't have a problem looking at it. So you're saying half an hour. So if you're looking at a half an hour time frame, I would be looking at a 4 hour. On the 4 hourly zone, what I'm seeing, not good. Okay, let's see if I can see anything on the hourly. Okay, on the hourly, yes. Okay, so when I'm looking at the hourly, so on the 4 hourly I couldn't identify this, but on the hourly I did identify something. So here, for example, if you did pick this up, right, because remember you want to trade it in the 30-minute zone. Well, here what you can see is if you did pick up around this particular level here, you should be able to make approximately 9.86%, which is around 10% basically. I would say just stick around with 10%. You could easily make this quick flip for a nice little 10%. After that, possibility is yes, we could have a nice little pump going back up again, but be very cautious. You know, be very cautious. If we fall below this one level here, this line here, which is currently sitting at $260, if we fall below this, then it's game over. It means that it's coming down to this. So do understand this, that this is trending down, and of course if you do pick it up, there is a good opportunity to make 10%, but as I said, not a financial advice. Okay, not a financial advice at all. And if you're looking at 30 minutes, yeah, I wouldn't look at those, because remember, whatever time frame you want to trade, you should be looking at least 1 or 2 above that. So your trend analysis should be, so if you're trading the 30 minutes, then your trend should be at the, you know, 1 hourly, 2 hourly, 4 hourly, something like this. But yeah, so far, I mean, we've had the, you know, all the damage has been already done. So this was the damage, it's already done. This is on a recovery right now. So we had a nice little 21% dump in total. So after the 21%, we should see a nice little recovery. If we do get back to, funnily, the $306, so you see this 50% mark here, then we should have a potential to even probably come back to the previous all-time high. But that might require you to actually hodl for a bit, but 10% definitely there. As I said, no financial advice, but 10% easily flashing there can be done. Not an issue, not an issue. So yeah, is there any other coins you want me to talk about, guys? Let's talk about it. If not, smash those like buttons, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And as I said, you know, life has been very, very busy in the last few days for me. Also, just to let you guys know that I have just changed my car and everything as well, and also I'm not currently working. I might go back to the restaurant in a few days, but yeah, it's just been complete disaster. So let's see what happens basically. Other than that, I'm looking for a job, so if anyone's recruiting, let me know. McDonald's, yeah, no worries. I'm joking, guys. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, it's been quite a bit of a week for me. Basically, it hasn't been the best week, put it this way. It's one of those ones like, after a good few years, I haven't been hit like this. The last time I was actually hit like this was back in 2016. Yeah, 2016. So it's been a good few years when I was kind of hit hard, let's put it this way, but nothing I can't recover from. So shit happens, end of the day, you just got to carry on and move on. But yeah, is there any other coins you guys want me to talk about? If not, guys, then might as well just finish this off and possibly even do something different today. Might even jump onto Discord and probably do a nice little voice thing over there, and we can catch up with everybody over there as well. If that's something you guys want, let me know. I'll probably do a nice little half an hour session or something on Discord. I've got a bit of time, so obviously got to take a break, so I'll take a break and then I'll jump onto Discord and we'll go from there, if that's something you want. Yeah, so let me know. As I said, if anyone's interested, jump onto the Discord voice chat. So let me show you which one. So please jump onto, where is it, this one here, just this one here, sorry, Discord live voice. Jump into this if you are interested, and what I'll do is I'll jump onto this as well, and we can just talk and probably catch up from there. But obviously no personal stuff, we're not talking about anything personal, we're not going to talk about anybody's balances. Do not ask how many coins anybody has or anything like that. Skin and Bone says VET. Okay, yes, we will definitely do VET, my brother, definitely do VET. Give me a sec, let's jump onto some VET, VeChain. So VeChain here, all right, VeChain. Yes, VeChain looking okay, but again, remember where VeChain is, right, where we were. Let's go back to daily. All right, so for VeChain, what I was seeing, look, if this was the case, yes, we would have been solid, right? Remember, we talked about this last time, but sadly, you can see the pattern we played. We broke this level here. Now, we broke this level here. We had a complete reversal in trend. That means that this thing is going to take a little while to come. You can see this trend here. Actually, now, I mean, yeah, this trend, technically, this trend is still on. Technically, it's just technical pattern, but it's still on, right? Of course, we can start drawing a new trend line and say, well, that trend now is going that way. That makes it even worse. You see, that trend makes it even worse. But ultimately, we do have this significant level here where we do need to get back up again. But if you just look at this, look how close we are to this neckline. So again, VeChain is kind of following what BTC does, right? So we know how BTC right now is playing this pattern. Seems VeChain is doing pretty much the same thing. And of course, if you are thinking about like, okay, what if we want to buy some? Well, then you're not really going to make much, I'll be honest with you. If you are looking at VeChain, you want to buy some. So if I put it here, this is the previous one. A very small percentage, guys, very small. So I wouldn't even bother trading. Of course, if you're holding it, just hodl, not to worry. But actually, it's not bad. It's a nice little 20%. But the point is only if the market's going back up. Of course, on the daily, we are seeing the indication. But look, the indicators are showing up, but the market's going the opposite direction, right? So this is why you have to be very, very cautious. And I can tell you, VeChain, I'm very bullish on it. I haven't sold a single VeChain yet, and I don't intend to, not yet. So this would technically be the trend. Yeah, it's not bad. But look, as I said, VeChain is going to kind of follow what BTC does as well. Usually does this. I see 10A here after so long. Awesome. Alvin says, cool, thanks. It's just cause using the Bollinger Band's indicator, it hit the bottom of the band, which normally means a little pump. Yes, so Bollinger Band, remember how the Bollinger Band works, right? So we can talk about Bollinger Band here as well. You were talking about EGLD, so let's go into EGLD and do it there. Actually, let me see if I've got a separate chart. Yeah, I've got a good chart here, empty chart here. Let's use this just to show you what that means. So EGLD, Let's get Bollinger Band. Bollinger Bands. And let's get on to daily. Right, so on the daily, which you can see is obviously it's doing this, but actually no. No. Okay. So it's come to the center line, it's getting rejected, that's fine. It's going to come back down here, guys. It's going to try to come back down here. And if you look at your trading, no. This is so wide. You see the Bollinger Band, remember, when the Bollinger Band squeezes, it wants to push out. And when it's wide, it wants to push in. Does that make sense, right? So what you see is when it pushes out, it wants to come in, squeeze in. And this is showing me squeezing. No, this is showing bad data. This is showing that this thing could easily collapse on itself. So it's not even showing that bullish at all. Yep, 2 hourly, bad. Sorry, 3 hours, 1 hourly. 1 hour seems okay. So yes, here you can see so wide it wants to get back in again, right? So that means once it wants to get back in, it will possibly do something similar like this, where it will try to squeeze back in up to at least this level here before it sees a rejection. If it does, if not, then it could easily break out and go into the point. But at that time, you'll see how the band itself squeezes in. So yeah, definitely possible. But again, remember, be very, very cautious. Yes, this is okay, this is good. So now it's here, it wants to squeeze in, definitely looking okay. So yeah, you can actually trade this. Of course, as I said, doing the other analysis looks okay, so I'm not really that fast, but that is wide. That's like oversold. That's massively oversold. So this definitely wants to bounce back at least up to this level here. So 10A says, any thoughts on LRC? Loopring is a great project. So let's do LRC. Loopring is a great project. We've talked about this many times. In fact, Loopring is a coin that we've talked about. Actually, let me switch off Bollinger because I don't like Bollinger Bands. Loopring is a coin that we've talked about many times, way back from 2019, 2020. I mean, on this channel, 2020 definitely. But we have been talking about this a lot actually. So let me just do some moving averages, guys. Give me a second. Built-in moving average. Come on. There. 1, 2, and one more. 3. Right, let's do this 3 times. I just want 2 anyway. So what I'm gonna do, switch one off, this one. We'll put this on 50. I'm gonna put this on 200. Actually, I will activate this, and I'll activate this at 21. So we're looking at 21 day, 50 day, and and our 200 day, right? So nothing too much, right? Actually, I forgot to check the colors. What's the color on this one? This is the green one. Okay, fine. Blue one, sorry. Let's do this one. So this is our 21. Okay, so this is our 21. This is our 50. So we've got this greenish, lime greenish, or whatever, aqua on the. So let's do this. Let's change this, make it larger. There you go. So this is our 50. So that means the other yellowish line, that's our 200. And so far, what you see is we're below all of them. So on Loopring, we are below all of them, but again, it's following that greater market trend. So remember this, right? Actually, I'm looking at this. What the hell am I doing, guys? I was on the 30 minutes. I'm sorry. So, you know, actually 30 days is pretty good. So it seems to be, so it broke the 21. So it definitely fell below the 21. Okay, we can give it, but currently it is actually below the 50 as well. So it is actually below the 50. Of course, no harm as long as the market is continuous. It should be okay. And actually, when I'm looking at this, I do see one other pattern forming here, which is pretty cool to see. Seriously. Right, I'm just going to try this my best, right? So just trying this, right? So we can see a pattern forming here, actually, if I use this. So I like to use the bodies the most. So what I'm looking for is this particular connection points here. And I am seeing nice little bottom here, actually this is more significant. So I can see I've had a few touch points here. So yes, it's a descending triangle. Yes, it does have a slight bearish, but actually this could easily break out. You can see how it's testing the trend line, could easily break out. When we look at this, and if we do want to follow the pattern and say, okay, well guys, what happens when it does break out from here? Well, the closest point we've got is this particular low. Of course, we can use this low, right, or use this, and this is us being optimistic. We can say yes, it can go to around $2.70 something, but if we use this particular area here, the best we get, give me a sec guys, the best we seem to be getting, I'll show you again. I'm being very cautious guys. I don't want to say anything that would get your hopes up and then, you know, just mess you up. So this is suggesting, based on where we are, so remember this is the top of a red candle, it's telling us that if we did do a flip, we can easily go to $2.25. Again, I wouldn't really look at it on any of this data right now, because unless you're already in it, don't look at it. Don't want to, I mean, of course, if you want to jump into this fresh, then yeah, these are buying opportunities, but again, no financial advice, because right now the market is in a very dangerous position. Been holding since about March 2021. Skin, then you're doing all right, my brother. If you're holding VeChain since March, you're doing okay, because VeChain, if you look carefully on VET, give me a second, VeChain has been doing okay, because I think in Marchish it was kind of down, wasn't it? So if you've been holding it since March, which is around here, I believe. Where is it? Hold on, sorry, I'm just trying to find it, guys. March 2021, yes, around here. So you are kind of like, actually no, you are depends when you bought it, actually, because this is all March, so it depends when you bought it. You're basically like, if you bought it around this level, then you're break even or slightly in profit. But if you're holding, you're doing all right. I'm holding it since 2017. Top Cuz says, can you see Bitcoin, and do you think I should buy right now? So we were talking about Bitcoin. In fact, this whole video is about Bitcoin. We actually started off with Bitcoin, and this is something that I've been talking about some time right now, that we have a situation forming right now where you can see this 50-day, so this particular area here, this 50-day is pointing down, and it wants to come to this point where it might actually end up doing what's known as a death cross. A death cross is actually very bearish. It does cause a temporary bear market, right? So please do understand. Whoa, damn, bro, you done all right. He done so basically what 10A says, he done at $1.8, he done a 7x long, so he's done all right. Not bad, my brother, you're doing all right on that one. Right, what's going on? So back to what Top Cuz says. So Top Cuz, yes, the market, I mean, it's a great time to buy, but question is are you buying for yourself? Like, you know, for example, right now, is your plan to buy this to you know, play it right now in the short term? Are you mid-term, or do you want to, you know, hold on for long term? If you are thinking about, say, a year's time from now, 2 years time from now, then I'm going to say this is a great opportunity, of course, you know, because we could potentially go in a bear market and you could start buying on the way down, all right? Because we do have this opportunity to come and touch this zone here, so that means we could easily come down here. However, this could act as a nice little support for us if it does, and I'll show you what I mean, right? So let me use this fresh chart. So I'm going to put a line here, and let's get rid of this. Just want to show you a few bits and bobs, right? So we know that the bear market, if we did enter a bear market, we could easily come all the way down here. This is what a bear market reaction would be for us, and the pattern that we could easily see is, you know, this could come here, test a little bit, and then bounce up, come back here, get refreshed there, and then complete this bigger head and shoulders pattern, right? So that's what we could be seeing. However, we could also be seeing this right? So it might come all the way down here. The likelihood is quite high because we're testing this 200-day moving average, as you can see. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. So you can see we're testing this 200-day moving average. In fact, let me make it larger for you so you guys could see that. Yeah, this yellow line here, this is a 200-day moving average, right? So what you can see is we are testing this zone. Now that we're testing this zone, we could easily break. As long as we can hold support here and then push back up again, we should be fine, right? But remember, when we do push back up, we do have one slight problem, which is this particular top of the shoulder, right? So if we push back and we break through this, so the idea we have here is very simple idea. I'll show you what I mean, right? Let me show you. So the scenario that we have to be observant of, right, you know, is what we really want. So we want to look at the confirmations that we got. Yes, we're too close to this, so we're in danger. We could easily come down and find support here, which is absolutely fine. Or the worst case scenario, we could still continue going down up to here. So we all know that these are the two scenarios on the downside. Absolutely fine. We understand this. Or now on the positive side, we come down. We expect that because we're so close here. We come back. You know, we can test this zone here, probably bounce around a little bit like this. Absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that, right? Or what we can do is come here and go straight here and break right through. If we can break through this one point here, this is a full force parabola, right? This bull market just goes ballistic, right? But if it doesn't, then what we have to expect is something similar. Give me a second. Let me just get rid of this. Right. So what we have to expect is it comes here. It didn't break through. It struggled. It didn't break through. It starts dipping down. Well, if this happens, then expect it to come all the way down here, because this is what completes that bigger, greater pattern. Now, when we look at this two data here, for example, this line here, which is the 50-day moving average, and also let me delete all of this. So this is the 50-day moving average, this blue line here, and this is the 200. We can see that how this is indicating, sorry, this is not the 50, this is the 21-day, my bad. This is the 50 days. So you can see this 50 days coming down here, and you can see this 200 days also kind of like hovering around here. It's going to come here and create this death cross, and that's going to be the confirmation that everyone's going to give to you at the end. And we remember, we're being prepared now. In fact, people who have been on this channel have been preparing since this 67 and 69k. All right, because I've mentioned this. I said, look guys, doesn't look right, it looks bearish, you know, so play cautiously, make your mind up. In fact, there was a video on this specific day where I said, guys, now is time for you to start making your minds up what you want to do. Do you want to get out? Then you need to get out now. Do you want to hodl for another 5 years? Great. Do you want to buy those dips? Yep, these are your opportunities. They're coming to you. These are the discounts that are coming to you. And of course, many other coins are also coming to you. But I've also mentioned to everybody, I said, guys, whatever the case is, if there's a coin that you want to pick up, just sit tight. It's coming to you. Whatever coin you want, you're going to get the biggest discounts. And those discounts are coming to us if this market ends here right now. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, just be cautious. You know, that's all I can say. But yeah, I mean, look, if you're buying for next 1 or 2 years, then dollar cost average, that's all I'm going to say. Again, I can't give financial advice. This is for YouTube, obviously. We can't do financial advice or say anything that could actually come back to bite me in the backside. But other than that, look, you know, obviously I can only show you what I'm seeing, and I've given you the scenarios. Watch this again if you have to. There's 3 scenarios here, obviously. You know, one, we come and bounce here, you know, and find support and then push back up again. But then we could easily get rejected unless we have the other scenario which breaks past this. Then it's great. If not, then we're coming down. So we've got quite a few scenarios here. Just got to observe and say, okay, which one are you comfortable with? You know, so for me at 54k, when we went to 54k, I sold most of my alts because I didn't see, you know, what I saw was basically this area here, this neckline being broken. And I mentioned to everyone, I said, guys, if it drops a penny less than 54, I'm going to get out of my alts. That's exactly what I did. I got rid of my, I got out of all my alts. I said, I don't want to hang about on this, right? So that's what I did. I left all the alts. Also, guys, let me just quickly check the chats because I believe the chats are messed up. I'm not sure why, don't ask me. Okay, no, it's not messed up. But yeah, that's what I did. I got rid of all my alts and I went back into USDT so I can pick up some of those dips. And I did pick up some dips. I did pick up some BTC, and I picked up some of the other coins as well. And what I did was I increased my portfolio. So it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about, oh, I'm going to make this much money. Oh, I'm going to make, no. It was about me making 5%, 10%, 20%, 30% more of that coin. So that's what I've been doing. Some of the good projects that I really believe in and I want to stick around with, right? And I think they got a future like a couple of years from now. I'm starting to load up on them so that I don't have to worry or anything like this. And of course, when I buy coins that I really like, I just pick them up, put them in a cold storage, throw them somewhere else. And of course, the USDT I'm holding currently, I'm staking some. For example, the other day when I sold my BTC and sold my Ethereum, I used some of that to go and buy a car. Number one, I used some of that to go and treat myself, and I used some of that to actually stake into other projects, because there was this one event they were doing on Bybit. So on Bybit, what I did was I jumped on that and I played that trade as well. So they're giving away DEVT, DevT, or whatever they call it, and max you can put in, like, is about 50 G's in there. So I thought, why not, give that a go, see what's going on, get some freebies. So it's all about getting as many free coins as you can, making some money out of those. And of course, we're doing these centralized exchange, initial exchange offerings. That's what we're doing as well. So we did one the other day. What was it called, guys? What was it called? I forgot the name. What was it called, man? Oh man, what was it called? So we did a nice little pump on that one. I forgot what it's called. Bloody hell. Voxy. So we did some Voxy the other day. Voxy's out now. Voxy's finished. So next one we're going to be doing is Izuma or something, or Azuma or something like this. We're going to be doing that one. And rinse and repeat, basically. That's what it is. Trying to increase our portfolio, as I said. But guys, other than that, I'm going to jump onto Discord in about 5 minutes. And probably Discord voice, and we can have a nice little conversation there. But other than that, I'm going to call this video quits. Smash those like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you very much for everyone for coming to the show. You guys are awesome. And as I said, apologies again for not showing up yesterday. But sometimes, as I said, shit just takes over. You gotta go and do your thing in it. I've been having some kind of a bit of an issue as well, so I need to sort out a whole lot of things. I wasn't really in the mood, and I was so tired as well. Last few days has been very long for me, so that's one of the reasons why. Even last night, my missus, I think it was about 10 o'clock, 10:30, she was like, "Aren't you gonna go and do your stream today?" I was like, "No, I just don't have the energy." So yeah, it's been very crazy for me. Albin, thank you very much, bro. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, as I said, I'll jump onto Discord voice, and we'll have a little conversation there. It's not an issue. I'm happy to talk over there if need be, and see where we go from there. But thank you very much for everyone coming to the show. Awesome. Thank you.